I always hear this story, and this story sticks with me. And I actually heard this person say it, and that's Quincy Jones. He didn't make Thriller till he was 50. He had records.
Quite a few.
Right? But when he made Thriller, the whole spectrum changed. Now, I take that same motto because look what he had to work with and look what I got to work with. Everything that I couldn't do back then, I can do today because everything is available to me. Thriller could come in a different type of way. It's not the size of it, it's not what it sells. You know, those things are once of a lifetime, but it's about the moment. What got me in the door was me just loving music and me just doing what I think the world needs, at least a part of it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like now I'm not competitive. I embrace all newness because it just makes me better. You know, when I see something like, oh, I didn't know you can do that, then I'm like, oh man. And then, you know, people share information. Information is key. And these young producers really be knowing how to flip the computer and the sounds that I might not be savvy about, but hear it, but they're gonna show me the way how to do it. And I'm like, all you gotta do is that. It's like, so now I love to collaborate. Everybody got a strength. Somebody might do 808s, amazing. And then there's this guy who know how to make warp sounds that sound different from anybody else. So you put all that, you put what I do, you put that all together, now you got a masterpiece.
Do you know when you make a hit record?
No. And I'm glad I don't, because I used to, oh, that's a hit, that's a hit. And when you get caught up into that, it's like a spirit that comes with that. And it's like an arrogancy, you know what I'm saying? So I try to stay away from that because I got caught up into that. And when you get caught up into that, you just kind of like slack on your music. You slack on and you just take it for granted. And you think you something that you're not. The beauty of a hit is not knowing it's a hit, but you know it feels good. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like you kind of can feel it, but it's always good to just be humble and just be like, you know, just love the music that you created. You know what I'm saying? And let it be. That's what got me to this point. Is I knew it was a feeling. And everybody was like, that ain't it. I'm like, yes it is. That's the one. I had to build a team around me at the same time, like find what I'm good at and find what I'm not good at. And now I have that core base around just like I envisioned, and I'm growing just as well as they growing.
And I just go around and just build my team of producers that I feel that can't nobody see. And I feel like I just put them all around like Minority Report. So how I do it is like I got a screen in my house, it's like technology, and somebody could be in Germany, one of my producers stay in Germany, and I produce with him through Skype or FaceTime, and I can see his colors and move his stuff around and be like, no, put the kicks, cause now.
Oh, so you could go into his Pro Tools or whatever he's using.
Go in, and move his stuff around. How I do it now, I just take ideas that I might get each day, and then I go back, and I take her like about the end of the month, and I go in the studio, take all my ideas, and then I start to produce. Then I bring in all my, the team, everybody, and I say, well, let me hear what you got, what you will say on this. Or then I might say, ooh, that's dope. And I just start piecing. To me now, it's like I piece stuff together. Like I like piecing great quality of stuff because you get so much bundle of great material, from lyrics to sounds. So you gotta for me, it's like, all right, I say, Blaze, do your part. Okay, we should tweak that. Tweezy, do your part. All right, I'm gonna now that they did all their parts, I tweak their stuff and move it around and then play it back for them and be like, nah, it don't sound right. My voice don't sound like this or it don't. So it's almost like a learning as I build. I think beats are not made by how we used to do them. I think they come as a package, as a loop, and it's for you to figure out which program to run it through, to trick it out, and to make something that once was be something totally different. Well, that's how I look at it now. I take patterns, layers, and blend the colors. The beat making has changed. It's not the same no more.
I was a big fan of Mantronix, and he did this record called King of Beats, and I never heard from him again. And then I told myself, I can't be like that. And for me, what kept me going in this game is just always trying to outbeat myself, never get comfortable, never settle. Just because I had a number one, that it was like, that's cool. But I always knew somebody else was coming, such as yourself, Pharrell, Kanye. I knew it was, those people were about to be born, so I just wanted to stay ahead of the curve. That's what kept me going. The main person who really, really kept me going was Missy Elliott.
Shout out to Missy.
She always challenged me to do better, push better, because I can do 100 beats for Missy, and she would probably only pick 2 out of the 100. And I'm like, this it?
Yeah.
I can't dance to it, Tim. She had to see the vision to my music, so it pushed me to even go harder, even though I got frustrated because some things I thought was great, she didn't. She pushed me to say, nah, that's not great, that's just good. And then when I did something that was great, she'd be like, now that's great.
Right.
You just have to have faith in yourself. I see a lot of people, because they get that word no, they give up. And you might hear no for a whole year. So what? Do you stop?
Nope.
No, you gotta keep going. You might say, oh, the internet don't work for me. Okay, it will work. Just like Switch said, everything is about a season. It might not be your season, but that don't mean that you just don't stop. You understand? Like, you cannot stop. If you love it and you know you have a talent at it, I might don't like it the first time I hear it. I have came back to people 6 months from now, and I'm like, okay, you ready now. But it's a lot of things about being ready. Your spirit has to be ready. Your energy has to be ready. So when you come in a room, your energy is right. If your energy right, you gonna pop. I just feel like it's all in God's time. But you cannot quit.
Yeah.
You have to fall down and get back up. Never think that you're bigger than the music. Never take your gift for granted. And I believe that I got caught up into the hype and everything always being big. And that was my first, to me, setback. It had great records up there, but I wasn't used to something not selling my expectations. And I just learned to say, be humble, keep working, don't ever get satisfied. That's my first biggest disappointment for me, because not because the record didn't sell, it's because of the ego that I caught with the success before that. So I learned that, okay, you can't get an ego. You gotta know that you're gonna have some failures. But do you love music enough to get back up, to keep going? And I loved it enough, and I kept it going. Don't isolate yourself. Join in. You never know what you can make with somebody else. Somebody else can bring greatness out of you. You can bring greatness out of them. I just want to elaborate on that. For me, what keeps me going today is that man right there, Sean Puffy Combs. And the reason why I say that, I watch his Instagram when he say hustle. I could be sleeping in the bed. He make my ass get up. You need somebody that you look up to, that inspires you. I've been knowing him for years. Nobody works as hard as this man. Nobody. And sometimes I'm thinking I'm doing something that's great. I'm not great. I'm still good because he's great. And I look at his page and I look at him and he keep me going. He's like my college. I go to the Sean Puffy Combs College, because you always have to have that work ethic. And his work ethic is unmatched. And for me, that's what keeps me still going to this day. Find somebody that inspires you when you don't feel inspired. You gotta find that person, because you're gonna feel like days you're gonna quit. You're gonna leave out of here, you're gonna feel down. Somebody gonna say, oh, that beat is whack. You find somebody that inspires you, to push you, to keep you going. Like I said, he is that guy.